A couple of years back, I made a video talking about how console gaming sucks. While it does have its convenience, their business practices are headed in a direction that I strongly disagree with. I still hold that opinion. Now I'm completely done. I used to be a console guy myself up until the PlayStation 4 and sold it. I have sold my other consoles long ago. I'm talking about the Wii, Wii U, Xbox, and PlayStation 3. Being 30 years old, I just want simplicity and no nonsense to having access to multiple platforms. Look, back when I had my other consoles, there'd be only enough for one to be connected to the TV. If I wanted to play a different console, that meant taking it out, reconnecting it, and looking for the controllers. That was long ago. Nowadays, if I were to have a modern console, I'd have to jailbreak to have backwards compatibility for games that would otherwise get an upscaled port. There are still so many games stuck on older hardware like Motocross Mania and the SmackDown vs. Raw series. Emulation on PC solves that dilemma by having it all on one platform. There's also the future proofing aspect which consoles tend to lack. On PC, you don't have to worry about your PC being out of date if you want to play newer games. You have the option to upgrade your PC to the current operating system and specs and still have access to the same library of games that you had in your possession from before. Whenever consoles get a new release, you usually have to make sacrifices in that the new consoles may lack backwards compatibility for games, usually, meaning older platforms are not playable on modern hardware. I had this problem with the GameCube and PlayStation 3 when I moved to PlayStation 4 and Wii U and then again to the Switch. The PlayStation 4 did not play PlayStation 3 games unless you paid for PlayStation Now and bought some of those games again digitally. Allegedly, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Portable emulation was possible but never implemented in favor of profits. The Switch has emulation which you have to pay for in a subscription. Not bad, but you can only play the games that are available to you. Legacy controllers and content have this problem too. My PlayStation Network account and Nintendo account date back to the Wii and PlayStation 3 era. Everything I bought during that time period cannot be accessed on current hardware. I'd have to buy those old consoles at elevated prices because scalpers have made retro gaming so damn expensive. Being a PC guy myself, all that is solved through emulation and one great controller. Steam still has many games that were released during the PlayStation 3 era and not delisted. There are some games that have been delisted, but you can emulate them if you wish. If you came across an old abandonware file, you couldn't do that as well. If I wanted to have a more authentic retro game experience, there are third-party solutions as well. In short, PC has convenience. There is talk of Sony raising their console prices and then selling them at their previously lower prices when it gets discounted. This happened a couple years back. Now Nintendo is allegedly planning to do the same with the Switch too. I never had interest in buying it, but the jailbreaking potential did interest me. Over $400 for a Switch 2 and beyond $500 for a PlayStation 5, more for a pro console. If I were to be spending big bucks for gaming, at that point, I see more reason to put that money towards a PC that can arguably give me similar performance and more. Price-wise, PC will always be the most expensive option for comparable gaming performance. Unfortunately, right now is a bad time because RAM has gone up immensely in price. Between console and PC gaming, there's this simple convenience factor of the console which is neat. It's affordable, but you get what you pay for. You plug it into the TV, do the initial setup, and you're good to go. Mind you, consoles do become obsolete, and everything that is sold during that time period may not be compatible with future consoles. There is also console exclusivity, which is meaningless because with PC in the picture, it becomes a topic of platform exclusivity. What I mean is, games that would normally be stuck on one console may be console exclusive, but not platform exclusive because of the PC ports. There's also the continuous efforts to make emulators for newer consoles, which is something everyone should take into consideration. And then there's preservation because games do get delisted from digital stores and become inaccessible. And then there's the fact that whatever those consoles can do, PC can do and more. I can connect multiple displays that in turn run multiple programs simultaneously. I could have an internet tab of a YouTube video playing on one screen while having OBS Studio screen recording my gameplay session of Shovel Knight on the other. There is so much potential combinations on PC that I'd be going off topic, most of which is still not possible on console. The reason I made this video altogether is because I want to explain my position on why I moved on to PC gaming. I still have my Switch console and my Super Famicom. I put them both away because I haven't been playing much on them. Instead, I've just been using my PC for that exclusively. Somewhere down the line, a good Switch emulator is going to come out and it's going to make my Switch console obsolete. The Switch 2 can play Switch 1 games, but I already made my choice and I just want to stick to the PC platform. At this point, I'm just going to be rambling on. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.